XLM. Stellar. All right. Wow. Okay. So broke this area here, and completely. There's definitely no trade here. There never was, because it completely broke this. So we are not looking for a buy position, and we're actually. I don't know what we're looking for. We're gonna have to figure this out. It broke, like, well, as we speak, is breaking this 13-cent marker. This is a huge zone here. So originally it was like this. So we'll see if price can push this zone. It might push this zone like this. We'll see if that happens today, and depending on this close. But yeah, we can delete all these because these are insignificant. Then I think you might be actually looking for a short position to end the month. So this is August 1st right here. So we'll say the high of the month is about 1547. I don't even know why I'm doing these monthly parameters, because they are so all over the place with these cryptocurrencies. But if 1547 is our high, let's just say on a month it usually does. This said it did last month. It was 0.1. Month before that was 0.4. So it's already done 0.2. So I mean, the main thing is here, we don't have to really figure out our parameters, because they don't really exist on the monthly. But looking at this, I mean, this is your major area of significance that has to break this one here. So, and it seems to be rejecting, but also as of today, I mean, yesterday rejected, but today is pushing into it more. So kind of want to see. So like a major, I mean, your 13-cent area would have been is massive, right? Like that's a huge area of significance, just being a whole number. And then you can see where all these wicks line up. That they line up with that whole number. But looking at this, like, we were super bullish. Okay, obviously, big bullish move here, massive bullish move, pullback higher. So it was really high, but since end of July kind of thing, mid-July, it made lower lows, lower highs. So it's been pretty bearish structure since then, and I mean it's continued all the way through. So with no signs of changing. So as of right now, I'd probably be looking at just more bearish structure and more potential shorts. And I'm just curious at this. So this actually did retrace perfectly there, but it hasn't retraced since this massive candle here. So let's just figure out where a retracement would be for this. Oh, so it actually broke. It actually broke this retracement area, this 618. I mean, there is a 7. I forget what it's not popular, but there's a retracement. It's like 72 something, or 707 I think might be. So I don't have it on here because it's just not that common. But to me, this actually broke the retracement. So I mean, unless you're looking at it from a weekly standpoint, something like this, then I mean that's more realistic. So if like the entire week is just retracing, then you're good to go to about 12 cents even. That's at 618 level, and that's if you're looking at this full weekly move, which was pretty crazy actually. Basically all the way from 0.73 cents to almost 20 up here. So I mean that is quite the move. So it makes sense that it's retracing. And so if it'll most likely come down to this 1206 area, and then after that, if it starts getting rejected, then you might be good to go to place a buy position, because it's just retracing and it's not actually bearish. So I'm actually going to mark that out. We'll put that back. We'll put that back on here. So probably for the rest of this month, this is not a buy, but perhaps next month. So here is your zone, or your full fib, and then you're literally looking at, I'm just gonna mark this out here. So your 12, let's see, yeah, your 1209 kind of thing, 1210. Yeah, 12.15 we'll call it, is your 618 retracement level. So it's still got a little bit to go, but not much. Basically right at 12 here, so we'll probably just mark this out. I'm gonna use this one instead. Your 12-cent level here is what we'll really focus on, because I think that is the end of the weekly retracement. So this will probably be where kind of price gets to. And there was this area here. So basically if price gets rejected at this 12-cent level or just above, maybe this zone gets extended, but then it also gets, but it doesn't, maybe the zone gets extended but doesn't get broken, so it's something like this kind of thing, then that would be a good sign. But basically, in order to buy this, you need a couple things to happen. You need serious rejection at either like the zone it's currently in, the 12-cent level, or even I would give it this area because it's just below the on the full weekly retracement that we went over. The 618 level is right around here. Well, it's right around like 12.15, but right around this area. So you basically want price to come down through here and hold on like a weekly perspective, and then you would look for a long position out of that. And the reason is because price is still above this moving average, so I would still consider it bullish, but you would need your structure to change. You would need to see some higher highs, some higher lows on these lower time frames. Ideally you would see price break above this 4-hour moving average as well before taking any long positions. But as far as right now, like the temporary structure is bearish and it's making lower lows and lower highs, but I think it'll get tied up in this area somewhere, you know, either this little area here that it's kind of already in, but it might just push a little bit lower, or right at this 12-cent marker kind of thing, give or take a little bit on each side, and just see, you know, the 12-cent marker might be where the buyers really come in, right around there. So then you're looking for a long position, and you would target probably these previous highs, but that might be a next month play, so it might be something like this, right? Because if this is the start of September, if price makes its way down here, this is kind of what you're looking at, something like this, and then like a long position for next month. But that'll take some time to play out. Obviously, you got a couple weeks. I think price is going to hit this zone where it's already at, and then maybe push it down a little bit lower, and then maybe just end up around the 12-cent marker, and then just kind of really flatten out for the rest of the month. That's kind of what I think it'll do, but who knows if you get momentum. I mean, if you get a lot of momentum on either side, it can push through this zone and break lower, or, you know, if it rejects and then you get a lot of momentum in the market, you know, it could start pushing back up and, you know, be heading to this area. Let's say it's heading back to 0.165. You know, it could start doing that at the end of the month before, you know, price, like if the liquidity comes into the market is what I'm saying, but I don't know if it will. I don't think it will. And before taking any buying positions, you know, you have to make sure that price, that the structure itself changes over, because right now you're looking at lower lows and lower highs. So right now the structure is bearish. So like the idea of like, oh, it's rejecting this zone here, I'm gonna place my buy right now. No, do not do that, because the structure tells you otherwise, and that can be, you know, that can be a bad time if you do that. So just wait it out and just see kind of what this does, what it makes it down to. I think this 12-cent area is pretty significant, and I think it'll respect it once it gets down there. So but yeah, I gotta just wait and see. So that's XLM, that's stellar.